Right, so in today's video, we're back on the Range Rover, the Classic. I know a lot of you have been flapping about it, so here we are. We had to have a bit of a break off it, as it was getting a bit monotonous, like with getting rust in your face and all that. So we had a break, bought a few cars, but now we're back on. And hopefully it'll satisfy some of you. Right, so I think today we're going to try tackle this nasty corner here, which is a biggie.
So this is the point of the car where the chassis meets the body. These Range Rover Classics are designed to have a separate chassis and body, which connect at this intersection where all this rust is. So to sort this whole area out, we're going to have to do some patchwork on this sill. We're going to have to replace this arm which comes off the chassis over here. And we'll need to gain access to the body mount, which is behind all this rusted metal.
Once that's done, that's most of the rust out the way. The rest just sort of needs treating and coating. And then once that's done, we can get on with the front axle.
Basically, you get the front looking like the back.
Yeah, and then other than brake lines and all that, that's sort of underneath done, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then we can start crack on with building it all up. Not looking forward to the interior, like.
Yeah.
Yeah, so some of this floor is going to be coming out, as we've got a bit of a hole there, and there's some nasty welding underneath. Like we said to Matt, we're not going to redo the welding, but there's one patch underneath that is terrible.
It's just pure itchy and patchy in it everywhere. So, but anyway, we're probably going to buy a new floor panel and just cut it all out, because like they say, there's a patch there, there's a patch there, there's a patch there, there's a freaking big hole there, and then under that bit there, it's just pure rust around the outside where they've not even cut it out.
Basically welded the patch on the inside and left how it looked on the outside.
Yeah.
So when you're outside, you're looking at it and there's a hole, but there's metal behind it, so it's just going to gather water, which is just going to rust or rot.
Yeah. I know it's a bit sketchy, like, but could you not roll this forward, get the back wheels on the middle of the ramp, lift the ramp up, and all the car's going to be like that.
You could
but
do.
If you just chuck your different wheels and they can't roll forward, you'll have it, aren't you?
Yeah, go on. Right, stop there.
Right, so we've still not managed to fix this bloody ram. It's a bit of a bodge, but when you mess with that connection in there, if it's all the way in and connected, it doesn't work. As soon as you hover it out, so it's like slightly in, slightly not, you can get it to work slightly. But this is what we were saying before. There's more room lifting the truck up like that under that corner over there than there will be on axle stands, so we could probably even go a little bit higher with it. It might look sketchy, but it's not really. It can't go anywhere. That can't roll, that can't roll. It's fine now. So we just pulled the wing off, because we only had it cable tied on, just so it looked half decent sat outside when we weren't working on it. Gonna get the door off. Did he just lift up them on the hinges, did he? Yeah, there you go. Doors off. Yeah. Range Rover, nice and light the doors. Should we buy a sill? Because you've got that's, like you say, that's developing. That looks friggin' terrible. You can just cut the sill to there. What?
That's not that bad.
But then you've got there.
What I'll do is make a patch now, I'll go carry on from that one. And grind them flat a little bit. Send it to there, down, and then cut a line in it. Bend that bit out so this is all one. And then we'll just make a little triangle bit to fill that bit in.
Right guys, so it's time to start repairing this sill. So we're going to start by cutting out the worst of the pieces, and then replace them by welding in fresh pieces of metal. Then we'll baz back the welds and throw on a coat of seam sealer.
So before we carry on with today's video, I'd like to say a massive thank you to OBD11 for sponsoring this video.
And guess what? Our Transformotion followers get an extra 10% off if they use code TVR at checkout.
So here it is, the OBD11 device. It's not just a gadget, it's your ticket to unlocking your car's full potential.
With official VAG and BMW Group licenses, it's a great bit of kit to have.
And it also supports Toyota and Lexus. So don't just think it's for certain brands. If your car's newer than 2008, OBD11's got your back.
Let's dive into some of the useful features that OBD11 has to offer. With OBD2 functionality, basic diagnostics, engine insights and gearbox tweaks, OBD11's got your back. Enough talk, let's see it in action.
So today we're going to be plugging our OBD11 reader into this 23 plate Audi A5. So once you've plugged your OBD reader into its OBD port, turn the ignition on and click connect. It'll just take a few minutes to connect to the car. So now that the phone's connected to the OBD11 reader, we're going to click tap scan and we can see if the car's got any faults with it. So it'll just take a couple of minutes to go through all the modules on the car and find out if it's got any faults. Right, so it's scanned and it's found 7 faults. So we can click on the 7 volts and see what it brings up. So it just says reductant level too low, and I think that's AdBlue that, but you can click the G and it'll take you to Google and it'll tell you what it is. So it says the reductant level's too low, which means it's low on AdBlue, and that's that one done. So just checking through some of the faults. Nothing too important, nothing that's going to stop his car running or put him in, like, make him break down. So next we're going to look at the apps of this car and see what modifications we can do. So now we know Tony likes to race his car and possibly do the odd track day. So next we're going to activate acceleration display, which puts a G meter on your display screen. So to do this, click on acceleration display, click change value, turn on, activate, done. So we can go off that and we can test this, find driver assist, sports displays, and you get your G meter come up, so it'll tell you when you're accelerating hard, when you're braking hard, when you're hard left or hard right, and it'll show you how many G's you're pulling. You can be pulling G's everywhere.
Yeah, big G's.
Fast G's. So not only does it diagnose, you can also customise functions as we've just shown. So we just want to say a massive thank you to OBD11 for sponsoring today's video.
And don't forget you can use code TVR at checkout for a cheeky little 10% off.
You can also click the link in the description below or scan the QR code on screen.
To gain access to the body mount, which is located on the other side of the sill, we've decided we're going to cut through the footwall.
So basically what we've done here is cut a hole in the floor because oh yeah, the bit that we wanted out just fell out with it anyway. That's how bad that was. But anyway, we cut a hole out the floor. That's just access for doing the body mount. But to finish that off, we'll probably cut along here a bit and sort of make our way around there and then up behind the pedals slightly because it's holy guacamole. That bit that just fell off now went from the edge of here all the way across the floor there and stopped to there. So that was knackered anyway. The mount's literally just behind that. So yeah, cut some PR bits off. The Bazzy tool out, clean this up. Just try and get that back bit there and see what that looks like.
Before we bend it to the end bit, which is only going to be a return, that's going to be the piece for there. I'm going to grind that bit off, weld that in, obviously spot weld the mount to this, and then bend that round the corner as a bit of a return.
Baz it in round the outside.
Yeah, baz. Then we'll make a triangle piece for this, that'll be in, that's the body mount, and then we can make this front piece. We've got to make one of them as well.
You've basically got to redo them.
Yeah.
But
this should be fairly straightforward.
yeah.
And then it's on to tackling the mess of the welding that was before, which we said we weren't doing the metal, but we will do that bit because
it's a friggin' shambles.
Yeah, it's the worst bit, like.
So I've got the mount out. It's actually not in bad shape really. We're going to reuse it because there's nothing wrong with it. It's laughing. Ideally you'd lift the body up, do this, then put that back in, but I had to bend that bit up to get this out without undoing all the body mounts and lifting the body up slightly. So now that it's cleaned up, I'll get it back in. You just got to baz that, saying that, we'll weld that little hole up first, Woods.
Oh yeah.
Weld that little hole up first, then I'll put that in, and then we'll make all these pieces to go around it. We'll just have to be careful and keep it cool.
It's important not to wear your squints for this.
Yeah, squints don't work for welding.
Nope.
Otherwise you go blind. Hit your eyeballs first, don't you, and then go blind.
You can burn your eyeballs. You know something, I've never had that, archive. Always wore my mask.
Yeah.
I don't think so fucking risky. I don't think I don't.
I'm not stupid.
Yeah, take calculated risks.
Yeah. When you get a warning shot from a grinder, then you put your glasses on.
Yeah, definitely. That's where it is, the piece of the body mount that needed replacing. So I measured it, it was 80mm there, 80mm there, and I left a little bit on the edge. So as you can see there, fold it round, gives it a bit of strength, it's added strength. So I'm going to put that in, that's going to slide in there behind that, in front of that, and that'll stay there. There we go, there we go. Look at that, voila, it's welded to this nice clean metal. Tiny bit onto the older stuff, but it'll still weld. But it's quite satisfying metalwork once you get into it. Once you get past the rust and you start adding the new metal in and it starts taking shape. It's quite rewarding.
It's quite rewarding.
Quite rewarding.
Right.
Now that little cut there will help the metal bend easier than what it would without it. So I'll do the same on this bit and then I'll bend it. I'll show you what it looks like.
So, we've chopped a chunk of this floor out because...
Is it flamangoed?
Flamangoed, yeah. Got a little bit more to chop there, but that body mount's just there. Tiny little bit to cut out there and this piece will fall out.
Right, so here's what I mean. I scored the insides, knocked them over, and then when I weld that corner there, that'll be quite solid, that piece. And then, so the edge of here, this is going to tie into that eventually, like that. And then we'll do the outer piece. That'll be all that full, all that's done. Body mounts in, and then we'll tie into this bit and all that bit, which it should be good. Right, Liam's just chopping the floor still, because it's absolutely in the ISO.
So basically, this is what whoever bodged up all them patches there, you can see there's
Original,
floor,
yeah.
Original floor, patch, original floor, and then there's, yeah, that was it really, original floor, which is all rotted away there. All patches all that side.
That looks like a patch, and then they've had a gap in it, so they've filled the gap with a patch.
With a patch, yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, if that didn't look as bad as it did underneath, you'd have probably just left it.
If they'd have hammered everything flat,
yeah,
and then
or cut out and welded it in properly, yeah.
Then we would have just left it, but...
Because the carpet will go over that fine, but yeah, the way it looked underneath, just couldn't be left.
No, it looked shocking.
Shocking. I know where there was wanting to go then.
So guys, don't worry about the safety of Andy's eyes here, because he's remembered to take off his squints and he's put on his blinks instead.
There is something never had that. Always wore my mask. This bit here, and tie that into that. And just like a little right angle piece, weld it around there. And that's solid.
Yeah,
We'll
even
fill all
if you
this.
did a little triangle with two little flat bits on. You got a pen?
No.
Right, so we're going to do a bit of CAD design in here. Make it out of cardboard, trace around it, cut it out, viola, is what you say. So I'll just add a little bit.
Yeah, go on, I'll just put it on the thing. So I'll take a bit off that and then add a bit, like 20 mil on the other side to come down as a return. Right, so that, plus 20 mil.
Oh, the 25 mil he's going to add there is to bend down.
Yeah, sort of.
To come down the side of that and then come across this way.
So first, cut it out. So there, that is the piece. And then obviously we'll just add 25 mil or something as a return going down, and that should be it. So there's the piece. It's going to slide up in there, push it right back.
Oh, it's in
And
there.
then we're going to do a return down there. So it needs a little bit more out from here to there, and then a little bit more out the inside of this. But other than that, she's ready to go. Moments of truth. Oh,
Lovely that.
would you look at that?
Well, that in there.
Yeah. Honest to God, people think we are professionals, us.
Yeah, we are.
Professional wingers. Ah, sound that.
Everything's calculated somewhere down the line.
Yeah.
Just
The calculated guesses, definitely, aren't they?
yeah.
Let's push that up when I
Yeah,
weld it.
push it off. When you take that, just push that in. And then when we make this piece, just try and somewhat fill that hole.
Good as new.
fixed as well. Fucking hell, stayed in my pants for ages, that thing.
Until you get one in your boot.
Yeah, you can't get your shoe off.
Yeah. I did it.
You only need the tack on it. Tack there and the tack there. And then it won't move then whilst he's whacking it with stuff.
With the inner part of the sill welded in, now we need to make the final piece of the puzzle to fit on the front of the sill. So once again, Andy used some cardboard to make the piece, and then he traced it onto this sheet of metal.
And let's see if this will fit. Now I know it's going to be long this side because I've made it long to fold round here. But right, that's too long there. Right, so here's all the previous work we've done. Here's the piece I've just made with a return on it. Folded that in there for a bit of extra strength. I'll probably put a little bit of weld on there as well. So that one, it's gonna go on there. Finish the box section off. That bit is left open there, but I'm gonna trim that bottom bit off and put a flat piece up there and tie it into this bit, into the body. And then Liam's just on with making, I don't know what it's called, it's like an outrigger that goes across, supports the floor. So he's on with making that. Like I say, I'll trim that up, weld it all in, and Bob's your mother's brother. Can I get back to you again? Keep doing this, getting back to you, but there's no point showing.
Self fixed. Right, so we're almost done with this corner here. We've only got a few more bits to weld in that we've made. And then I just need to go to the body shop and get some metal to fix the floor. Because we've chopped a hole in the floor. Just to make it easier, plus cut all the crap out that was that side and get rid of all the rough stuff that the last couple left underneath. So Andy's just got that little bit there to weld on that he's made there. Where's that other piece gone?
Right, so all this inner sill basically rotted from the inside. The engine mount, not the engine mount, the body mount had gone. So we've had to basically cut it out in pieces to get to the inside. We cut a big chunk of the floor out, replace the body mount, and then started building up from the inner sill to the outer sill, and then this is just so it flows on. And Liam made a piece here to go on there, which is a floor mount, so that'll go on there somewhere and steady the floor when the floor goes back in.
Oh, cool.
But we're gonna have to go and get some metal to replace it all. It's nearly there, this. It's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be.
It looked well worse.
It did.
All the flakiness and crustiness, it makes it look terrible, but you know, once we cut the floor out, cut that section out there, you know, and we sort of like cleaned all the rubber up on the body mount, it was like, sound there.
Yeah, it's not too bad. Right, so here's that bit. Blended the top bit into the A pillar. There's some lovely little welds there. Anyone would think it was a professional. So, all solid now on there. Just got to do the floor and put Liam's brace in. And then most of the welding's done. A couple of patches in there or replace it, I don't know yet. We'll figure that one out. Just thought I'd show you that little piece all done.
With the front corner part of the sill complete, that's the hard bit out the way. Now all Andy's got left to do on the sill is add a few more patches and we're good to go. And then Liam can crack on with installing the new footwell.
Right, so I just got back from Wigan Car Paints. Picked up a load of stuff. More Gravitex, some weld-free primer, more crust. The bottles of the crust we've used on this, we used about 5 bottles of crust or something like that. And then this other stuff, but it was crap, so we stopped using it. Granville was it. And I've just been and picked up a sheet of steel to weld the floor back in. That's Range Rover. So I'm going to make a template now out of cardboard. Cut a piece out, baz it in, viola. Viola, what's viola? It's voila. That should be the shape. Slightly bigger though because of the thickness of the pen. So I'm literally just trying to get this bit of floor back in the hole really. But
Yeah.
it's quite hard to do when you're trying to do it in one big piece like that. And you're working with a friggin' steering wheel above your head and every oh, I got an L10p there.
Yeah.
It's better already really. Just need to try and get that. A lot of this we're probably just gonna have to get that in, tack it, get that in, tack it, push that up, tack it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Pretty much the same shape as the hole.
So to put it in perspective, I've spent a day and a half just on that sill. Do you know what I mean? So trying to explain what's going on, it's basically the same sort of thing. This bit was a bit intricate, like where we had to do the body mount, the inner sill, the outer sill, and then join this into it. But other than that, it's just, we're just cutting patches now. There's one on there, there's one here somewhere that I've ground all in. And then Liam's obviously on with the floor. And then we're gonna move forward. This bit here is gonna have that on it, which will then hold the floor, yeah. And then we'll work our way forward into this inner arch where they just covered it with seam sealer. If you look at that, all them holes were covered.
What we can get on video here, which would be quite funny, because we don't have like a metal bender, you know, like it's very rare we'll get this in depth into stuff like this at the moment, like, so there's not really much point in spending the money on it now. But I do need to put a slight curve in this wood, so if I stand on this here, do you want to just bend it? I need to put like a slow bend from like, say, there to there. Basically just need a bend in the middle. I'm not standing around it.
I'm gonna say it's more over this side. Oh, pretty f***ing weight on that. Jesus.
Hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sit on it.
There's all my weight.
I think this is how they do the young car restoration.
Yeah. I highly doubt it, like.
Not really. No, so it needs to be in the right place though, doesn't it?
I think that went some. Starting to shake. Fuck, piece went out there slightly. Oh, look at that. Bit of warning.
It's got a bend in it.
Yeah, come on, do it again.
Well, it's in the right area, but...
Start it forward.
Badoosh! Karate kick!
Oh, it's getting there, let me try it.
I mean, that's nice.
Yeah,
Sweating now. Only done 2 kicks.
if it works, it works.
I'd like to be an MMA fighter. I'd be
Not a bodge if it works.
knackered. I think we're gonna have to have a t-shirt like called that. It's not a bodge if it works.
Yeah, exactly.
Were they accurate kicks or what?
Yeah.
Need more, like,
It looks a lot better.
Oh,
yeah, look at that now,
never
come
heard
here.
that.
Look down there.
Shut bloody camera there now.
Just over that side there, that gap was like this big. Now it's only like that big. So we just need to do the same as what we've done again, but about here somewhere, and then probably bend that back down a little bit. Another karate kick. Like there.
Being hard on this.
Yeah, will be like.
Now guys, the look on Andy's face says it all. He doesn't know if he can do this one. Now Andy's been kicking his way through this entire rebuild and he's not been defeated yet. But I don't know guys, he may have met his match here.
Okay, jump. Turn up in A&E. You ready?
Good. Do it again. Going.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, missed.
Liam's ankle's gonna go.
Yeah.
Go for the middle again. And again.
I can't get...
Mike.
If it was a bit taller, I'd get a better stamp.
Try it.
That way. It's hardly move that.
Oh, it was, isn't it? Tell you what,
Stand
whack
on
it
it.
with the hammer.
Wait,
Yeah, so there. Yeah. You can just see 2 creases there and he's taking a run up here, isn't he? Oh. He walked off.
Exactly what it felt.
He walked off and I thought he's taking a run up.
Back.
That's it. Try that.
A big hammer.
I know I'm just
See there now.
a humble editor, but why didn't you use the hammer in the first place?
Because... Right, so we've got more of a
K-flip.
nice, rather than having a flat bit here, there's another point, like,
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, it's slightly 50p, but you know,
50p.
50p. See, that's very nearly.
Very nearly, not quite.
Very nearly, not quite.
So guys, this footwell didn't quite fit, but we're nearly there. So Liam gave it a quick tap with the hammer, trimmed it back, and then it got welded in.
So last night we managed to get the floor all welded in. Just grinding the odd little bit of it back now because a few little bits of it were a bit rough, but majority of it is sweet now, nice and solid. Couple of welds just where it's burnt through. See there, like that. I'll just clean them up a little bit. We can put some seam sealer on it, but it has got one piece solid floor. Lovely stuff. Right, so now the floor's in, cleaned up as much as possible. I'll get a bit of primer on it just to seal it in. Stinks, that primer. This door open a little bit. So that's the floor done. All this sill's done. Underneath there was 1, 2 holes there. That was a previous one. We've rebuilt all this bit, all this little section here. And then underneath there and round to the body mount there, we built that side piece there. That still needs a bit of primer going on. With the primer all the floor. Still need to clean that up there though. I've just put my fingers in the bloody primer. Well done, Liam. What a sausage. So the terrible corner that we were dreading is pretty much done now. A couple of little bits to finish off, but we are getting there with this car. It seemed like you did loads and got loads done when we did all the back. And then you get to a bit like this and you still do loads, but nothing changes other than the rust's gone. Slowly, slowly. So basically what I've done here, I've put seam sealer on. So it's basically just body sealer, seam sealer. Like a lovely paste. Smells lovely. And everywhere you've welded and there's a seam, you sort of brush it on. So as you can see, I've done all in there now, all the floor in there. I've just friggin' leaned in it there. You stand back, and it all looks reasonably tidy. Got one solid floor, one solid sill. Just need to weld that little bit on, and we're done.
Right, so we're going to give you their welding and ours. This is theirs.
This is why we wanted nothing to do with it.
Yeah, this is why we told Matt we weren't redoing all their welding, because it is everywhere. But that's theirs. Nice little shot of it. And this is what we've done. We rebuilt all this corner, just seam sealed in. New floor support, and there's the new body mount.
With the new floor?
Oh yeah, a bit of new floor as well, yeah, that's it. That whole corner's been rebuilt there. Quite a nice shot, that. Anyone would think we were weldists, wouldn't they?
We're proper weldists.
We're master wingers, we wing everything, don't we? There's a bit better shot of their patch.
Even like into that there. Not that we're slagging anyone off, but
Shit.
this is just what happens with some cars when people think they can do it. And
to be honest, we had to make that one look slightly better, didn't we?
Yeah.
Just before we thingied the back.
undersealed it.
Yeah.
But obviously, Matt's paid money to get this done, and it's not
Not the cleverest, shall we say. I mean, it's solid. It is hard. None of it's like not welded.
No, it's welded.
It's just ugly.
It's just that they could have
But yeah,
grinded stuff back maybe.
And that. So then, next, we're gonna get that one welded in fully. Got another patch there, and then we're gonna baz all the rust back and do the same treatments as what we did on the rear. Rust treat it and then underseal it. So that's the next job.
Right, so if you enjoyed today's video, please like, subscribe and leave us a comment on what you think about this Range Rover.
And you can also follow us on Instagram and TikTok.
And that's it for today's video. Thanks for watching.
This is just a quick message to say that we recently hit 20,000 subscribers, and guys, we couldn't be more grateful. So thank you so much for everything you do for us. It means so much to us, and it's the reason we do this. And as a bonus for hitting 20k, we'll be giving away a free toolbox as well as doing a Q&A video where we answer your questions. So if you want to get involved, please go and check out our community posts on our YouTube channel where you'll get all the instructions of how to get involved. So thanks guys, and we'll see you in the next one.